Michael Schumacher has had an incident and has knocked off his left front wheel.
Max Verstappen has smoke from the rear of the car.
And Hamilton's had a massive crash. The two Mercedes come together.
Michael Schumacher wins in Malaysia.
Yes, so 6 wins then, Murray, for Michael Schumacher. 6 consecutive poles, 6 consecutive wins.
In comes Michael Schumacher for his first of 2 scheduled stops. This strategy should have seen the German well ahead of his one-stopping rivals. Clouds gather over Interlagos. Any rain will throw strategies out the window. David Coulthard opts not to go into the pits, as Schumacher is in for intermediates and setup adjustments. Have Ferrari won the tactical battle again? Coulthard is finally in for his intermediates. His setup was chosen with wet conditions in mind, but is it too late to take advantage? Fortunately for the Scot, Schumacher's legendary wet weather ability deserts him. Does the Rain Master have the wrong setup? The world champion's mistake allows Coulthard to close. He has the inside line and cleverly uses Marquez's Minardi to snatch the lead. More handling woes for Schumacher. A 7th consecutive win is out of the question. David Coulthard will be anything but down as he approaches the finish to win the Brazilian Grand Prix. Coulthard takes his first win of the season and ends Ferrari's domination of Formula One.
Max Verstappen is going to win the opening 2 Grand Prix of the year, a 9th consecutive win. Max Verstappen, eat, sleep, win, repeat. Verstappen takes the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. These two started life in Formula One together at Toro Rosso, and they're about to go wheel to wheel. You're watching a Ferrari take the lead of the Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz, first opportunity offered up, first opportunity taken. There's the smoke out of the back of Max Verstappen's car.
For the first time in 2 years, reliability could be a question mark.
Can you believe what we're seeing? The man who has finished every Grand Prix since he retired from this one in 2022 has smoke from the rear of the car. Max Verstappen has an issue. The man who is trying to win 10 Grand Prix in a row will not continue the run. A fire at the back of the car. The dreams of victory gone.
Basically what happened was from when the lights went off, the right rear brake stuck on, and it didn't cool, so it just kept on being warmer and warmer, giving me really weird instabilities, and then of course it caught fire.
It's been a very long race. Lewis Hamilton has come through to win the Bahrain Grand Prix once more. Another night, another win, another day, another win, another Super Sunday for Lewis Hamilton. Here we go, welcome along then, ladies and gentlemen. We're under the lights for the Sakir Grand Prix this evening, the penultimate round of the Formula One World Championship in 2020. And it's all a bit different this evening, even though there are 2 Mercedes on the front row. Valtteri Bottas on pole. It's George Russell deputising for Lewis Hamilton, who starts on the front row alongside him. We do, though, wish Lewis Hamilton all the best from wherever he is watching this evening's Sakir Grand Prix. The world champion tested positive for COVID-19 and as a result misses this race and potentially the Abu Dhabi race as well.
And Michael Schumacher has time to take his hand off the wheel. He's going to come through to collect his 5th win of the 2004 season. And would you believe it? It's win number 75 for Michael Schumacher. Oh, hang on, this is Michael Schumacher. Michael Schumacher has had an incident in the tunnel, has hit the wall and has knocked off his left front wheel, and Michael Schumacher is out of the Monaco Grand Prix. What on earth happened there? We're not even racing.
And there's the safety car, and Michael's locked up his left front and squeezed somebody against the barrier who spins him out. That was triggered by Montoya.
Well, what a bizarre incident.
What happened is that basically Juan drove in the back of myself, and that was the reason that he spun me around and I hit the wall afterwards.
For Frank Williams and his technical director Patrick Head, they were able to watch Nigel Mansell come up to the line to take his record-breaking 5th win. 5 starts, 5 wins, a new record for Nigel Mansell. Senna elbowed past Patrese into the Santa Vote corner, but he could do nothing about Mansell. and when they reached the harbour, he was in a race on his own. Senna trying to stay in touch just in case. Mansell's smooth run was over. Suspecting a puncture, he rushed into the pits. It was an unexpected, thrilling finale to the race that had seemed to be over. Senna's Honda engine seemed to have just enough power to keep Mansell at bay on the straights, and it's never easy to pass Senna in the corners, especially at Monaco. Still, Ayrton Senna blocked Nigel Mansell's every move. Down to the chicane, Mansell was sliding all over the road, almost hitting Senna's gearbox, but to no avail. As Mansell looks one side then the other, and they're down to the Rascasse for the final time. Mansell trying every possible trick, tries to go in wide to come out tight. Senna's there blocking every move. Honda power held off Renault power down to the flag, and the race belonged to Ayrton Senna.
As you can see from the last 10 laps, we gave it everything we could and more, and his car was just too wide to get past.
The consecutive win record is about to be rewritten. At this great monument to motor racing, we are witnessing something that no one has ever seen in the entire history of Formula One. A landmark for Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen wins 10 Grand Prix in a row to take the all-time record. For some reason, around this configuration of circuit, the all-dominant Red Bulls are looking over their shoulders. Max Verstappen comes across the line, Max Verstappen stays in 10th position, and we're looking now to who can improve. Can Liam Lawson make it through? He can! Liam Lawson knocks out Max Verstappen! Absolutely extraordinary! And the Singapore Grand Prix is go! Brilliant pictures of two overtakes at the same time. Russell gets past Verstappen. Lando Norris taking the position away from Max Verstappen.
Lewis Hamilton comes and Verstappen puts up no defence.
And there's nothing that Red Bull and Max Verstappen can do. Carlos Sainz, the winner of the Singapore Grand Prix. Red Bull's record-breaking run is over, ended by Ferrari.
Lewis Hamilton wins the US Grand Prix once more. Nico Rosberg has to settle for second place. Lewis Hamilton wins 5 consecutive Grand Prix for the first time in his Formula One career, where it's lights out and away we go, and on the run down towards the Senna S's, Rosberg gets away well, Hamilton too.
So Lewis has hit the brakes. We saw him do that in Austria in qualifying, hit the brakes, the rear axle's locked up, and he steered into it, and then he pulls another downshift or two, and the rear cries enough. I think he was missing some grip from those rear tyres, and we saw just how hard he was pushing, and that very much hands the advantage to Rosberg.
Nico Rosberg, who's never finished on the podium at Interlagos before, has got that winning feeling once more in Formula One. Rosberg wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Hamilton comes home behind him in second place. And it's a race victory that completes his tally and continues his tally in 2016, and it's his 7th race in a row that he takes the checkered flag first. It's Nico Rosberg who wins in Russia. His magnificent season, his magnificent streak carries on apace. Round the outside goes Nico Rosberg into turn 1, ahead of Lewis Hamilton, then sets in Daniel Ricciardo, and then Sebastian Vettel ahead of Max Verstappen. Good start from Carlos Sainz, he's ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Round turn 3 we go, and it's Nico Rosberg, and Hamilton's onto the grass, and Hamilton's had a massive crash, and he's crashed into his teammate. The two Mercedes come together as Hamilton tries to pass on the inside.
Lewis gets such a launch off the top of turn 3. And I'm afraid Nico Rosberg has got to take every bit as much blame for that as Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis closed in and I saw him coming, so I closed the door, to defend my position. And then next thing is, him spinning on the grass and taking me out, and we ended up in gravel trap.
I'm not going to get into that. I'm just going to move forwards and hope for the best.
A lap down last year, nearly a lap ahead this time round. An improved Bridgestone tyre specifically designed for the requirements of the Hungaroring certainly helped Michael finish on top. With Rubens Barrichello second, it's a job well done and secures another championship for Ferrari. Trulli converts pole into the lead. Alonso takes advantage of Michael. And Coulthard's in the mix. but there's even more action behind. Raikkonen is right on it when the race restarts, and he's all over Michael Schumacher. The Michelin tyres are working well, and Michael is at a disadvantage. It's been a long time coming, but Kimi Raikkonen takes his second F1 win, although the main attention is on Ferrari. By finishing second ahead of his teammate, Michael Schumacher is the 2004 Formula One World Champion.
9 in a row for Sebastian Vettel. It's 13 in a season for Sebastian Vettel. He wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. It's a Red Bull 1-2. It's lights out, and away we go. It's a really good start by Lewis Hamilton. It's a good start by Magnussen, who's gone across the Ferrari. How did they not touch?
Vettel just coasting now.
Totally lost energy boost.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be, but they ran I think optimum was about 3.5 bar, and if that's not kicking in, the rest of the system's not working properly either. It's game over.
It's a 5th consecutive win for Max Verstappen. Behind the safety car, he wins the Italian Grand Prix. He will stand on the podium at Monza for the first time in his Formula One career. It's pole at the moment for Leclerc, front row for Perez, 3rd for Hamilton, 4th for Sainz, but can Verstappen do something about it?
Touch and go, really touch and go. He needs a great final sector if he's going to take pole position.
Max Verstappen, been on the front row here before. He's not going to be on the front row tonight. He aborts the lap.
Box, Max, box.
Why? Why? So he was on a pole position lap, but he had to have abandoned it. He was on another lap that was very near to pole position. Told to pit, he needs a fuel sample.
It's lights out and away we go. There goes Max Verstappen locking up his brakes, and Max Verstappen goes straight on, manages to stop in time, spins the car around 180 degrees and rejoins the race. Verstappen went for it, but were those tyres and brakes too cold to make such a bold move? It's going to be maximum points for Sergio Perez, who on the streets of Singapore wins the 2022 Singapore Grand Prix.